Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Wargame Red Dragon. In the last video, I managed to capture my first main objective, Vladivostok, and now we just have to drive through and get to this objective to finish the campaign. But it's time to end the turn, see what my opponent's going to do. I'm actually curious. I don't know if they're going to try and counterattack me here. If they do, they could tie me up in this area and maybe prevent me from getting these political power points, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's go ahead and end the turn, though, and see. Okay. Deploying the planes over there, and that's all they did. So they're remaining with this defensive stance that they have right now. So that is giving me an opportunity to do my own thing. So we still have this group of units here, which now is weakened. We have some units with only one morale. That's going to be the border regiment that we've already driven back. And these units have suffered some pretty significant casualties. As a matter of fact, the anti-tank company only has 4 members left in their recon units, so that's not even really anti-tank units. What else do they have? Anti-air company. That shouldn't be threatening to tanks. We could check that out, though. So those are anti-air missiles. No anti-tank weapons there. And this doesn't have any ability to pierce armor, so that's going to be not really threatening. Just double check these guys. Yeah, they're just recon units, so that's not going to threaten our armor. The Naval Infantry Regiment has... I mean, their infantry does have anti-tank weapons that are, relatively close range, 700 meters. And the BMPs do have the 4 anti-tank missiles. So they do have some anti-tank capability with their infantry through that. But it looks like they lost all their anti-tank infantry, as well as some of their anti-air infantry. Although they do have the air superiority fighters here again to protect them. And the border regiment looks like it still has some of its anti-tank infantry, although not very much of that. And then these guys have no ability to... And then the artillery may have some anti-tank capability. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't see any AP power on these guys. And none on these guys either. I mean, they still may be able to take out tanks, big enough explosion, maybe take out anything, but... Alright, very interesting. So, I think we probably just take our tank regiment and drive into them. And then maybe we try and take this area, because they just have the anti-ship and the air superiority fighters. That's not really going to be a problem for the ground. And then they have a rifle battalion and a tank company. The tank company may be daunting. Let's take a look at that. So it looks like they've got T-62s. T-62s don't have necessarily the strongest of armor. We should be able to punch through that with any tank we would have or any anti-tank weapon we would have. I'd have to double check that, obviously. But they have 12 of those. Not a huge number. They've got a recon unit. Then it looks like they have some anti-tank vehicles here. Those could be more worrisome. Especially as they have 18 missiles, that's quite a supply. And then the rifle battalion itself looks like infantry with the transport unit without an anti-tank weapon, so... Okay. And then they have some anti-air. Alright, well, with that looked at, I think that's going to be our idea. Maybe we take the tank regiment to keep on these guys, keep driving them back. And we use the Marines to try and take this area, perhaps. Maybe supported by something else. Let's see what we can buy. So we've got 25 points. We have this Korean force here, which can deploy in Vladivostok from what it said. Let's see what else we can deploy. So just as a check here, so we've got this infantry regiment here. Let's click on them. Okay, so the only place I could deploy them is back here, so that doesn't do me much good if I want to attack right now. But if we switch over to the Korean forces, it'll let me do that. Yeah, so we can deploy in Vladivostok. So what do we have here that would be useful? Well, we've got a tank battalion. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to attack with that this turn. Looks like T-34-85s, T-55s, and PT-76s. That's kind of older tech. Anti-air company, I mean, that could be useful if we had to worry about air power. Got a shock regiment. Oh, that costs 30, though, so we wouldn't be able to get it. But it's another tank unit. So nothing that we could attack with this turn yet. Then we've got air assault, but they start with no initiative. Okay, so our ability to attack these guys this turn is going to be limited just because of the fact that we're relying a lot on tank units to do the dirty work. Well, let's see what kind of capability this tank battalion has. It's pretty cheap. I want to see what it can do. So the T-34-85s have AP power of 10, so that would be able to defeat the T-62s that we'd be facing. They don't have very good armor, though, so they get penetrated fairly easily. And then the T-55s, which are set up as recon units, but they should still be effective as tanks, have AP power of 11 and then armor of 7. Again, that armor is not going to really stand up to much. And then the PT-76s, which have pretty much no armor, 2. I mean, that's just going to be light arms mostly. And an AP power of 10. Oh, it looks like the cannon on the T-34-85 is more or less the same. I mean, it's a different caliber, but its stats are fairly similar. Okay. I mean, again, that's older tech that might be kind of tough to do stuff with, but that might be the attack I do. I mean, this unit is not that tough. It's a tank company and a rifle battalion. A regiment and a battalion together would probably be enough to take them out. Anything else jump out at me? We've got artillery company. That, again, we can't afford these guys. We could afford these guys, but then we wouldn't be able to do much else, and they can't act this turn. So I think we're going to go with this tank battalion. Let's go ahead and deploy them. Okay. And we can also do stuff with air power as well, so I'll keep that in mind. Now, we might not attack this turn. We might just set up for this turn. Problem with the air power is right now my opponent has a little bit of an advantage in that regard, in that they have a lot of air superiority stuff going on here that would be able to counter anything that we do with air power. So I'm trying to not really emphasize that until we manage to maybe limit that threat. This is going to be a little bit more daunting of a task, taking out these guys. Although this battalion starts with very limited morale. Matter of fact, all of them, except for this guy, have pretty limited morale. All right, well, let's go ahead and set up our attack. Well, first thing I want to do, though, because we do have to defend the sea region, the Korean Naval Attack Squadron, they didn't take many casualties, so I'm going to go ahead and move them over to the Alpha sector here. And the reason I'm doing that is because it said I have to keep both of these sectors to be able to deploy here. So we want to defend. And then these guys, I'm going to try and refit. So it's going to cost me 3 to do so. Okay. And then these guys, it's going to cost me 2. I don't know if we had that many casualties on this one. Yeah, I guess we did. So we'll refit. Okay. That didn't cost me too much. That was 5. So that gives us 10 left over. We could do some refits of some other units, like that infantry battalion here, which took a lot of casualties. But I think I'd like to deploy some more stuff. So let's see what we've got. So Air Force-wise, we've got fighter squadrons and things, but I think we won't be able to hang with the Soviets if we tried to do that. I mean, we do have 12 planes here versus their 4. We might be able to outnumber them. And then this was the ground attack plane as well. Let's see what these things are like. So they're pretty cheap. They're missiles, 3,500 meters. And then they have cannons. Let's see what our opponent's going to be like. I'm going to imagine this is not going to be a good match for us. So the MiG-25s, which are going to be fast, 7,000 meters with one missile type and 5,600 with the other. So they'll outrange me significantly. They don't have cannons, but that's some pretty deadly missile firepower there. The other thing is, how would I draw them out? The main reason they'd come out is if I had air power. So we would have to get something like these guys, the Q-51s. And their missiles, again, 3,500. We'd have the cluster bombs, which could be possibly useful, but again, we have a similar situation. We'd have to draw them out to be able to use it, and then they'd be able to devastate me. So I don't know if that is really a good plan. And then the Korean forces, we've got MiG-21s. See what that's going to be like. So 2,975 meters. And that's onto the ground, so this is a ground attacker. And then we've got the F-7Bs, which 3,500. So it seems like about the same as the Chinese. That J7s as well? Yeah, J7 11s, I think. Yeah, so those are pretty much the same type of plane. If I remember correctly, they're copies of MiG-21s anyway. So, all right, let's focus on land forces then. Whatever we were deploy here outside of the this North Korean force would be in back. So do we want an anti-air company? We're going to need it eventually because, again, they do have ground attackers. Well, let's see what this is. So, looks like missile-based systems. Yeah, and almost entirely. So, we're going to mostly want that against these guys, the ground attackers. Let's see what we get over here. So, we've got an artillery company that we can afford, anti-air yet again. You know what? Can we afford... Was there not an attack helicopter? It was under the Army Reserve. 15. Okay, we can't afford that. And then we've got an infantry battalion. The infantry battalion probably would be the good call here. They start with not great morale, but I kind of need the numbers. And then our alternative to that would be an anti-tank company, which could be useful, as there is a tank battalion here. Looks like T-34-85s, so shouldn't be too hard to penetrate their armor, though. Let's take a look at what this anti-tank company looks like. So AP power of 11, limited armor, and AP power of 14. Again, limited armor, but going to be long range because of the missiles. All right, so I'm between either the anti-tank company or the infantry. And I think I have to go with the infantry here. I think that's going to be the better call at this moment. So we'll go ahead and grab this infantry battalion. Fortunately, they're going to deploy all the way back here. But that's just what we're going to have to do. And we're going to have to, you know, progressively move these guys up to be able to use them anyway and deploy them and what have you. So, all right, that's going to be that. And then I think we're just going to set up the unit. So my idea here is we take the tank battalion plus the Marine regiment and we move them up to attack here. We would be on equal footing as far as cohesion. We'd have 2 to their 2, and we'd have maybe a morale advantage. It's kind of hard to say. The Marines have quite a bit of morale, but their tank battalion not so much. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to wait until next turn to really do that fight, though. So we're just moving them in for now. I mean, I could attack with the Marine Regiment by themselves, but I just don't think that's a wise idea for them to engage by themselves. And then the Tank Regiment is going to go in more or less by itself. I think it can handle these depleted units down here, as we have depleted a lot of their anti-tank capability. But this force is entirely tanks, so no infantry support whatsoever. So depending on how this fight goes, this might be a really bad idea. We'll go ahead and move them in. At least set them up. We could always deploy something in here that would be able to follow them in later. Now, what that would be, I don't know, because we don't have any more infantry units with these guys. We could send in the anti-air. That would at least give us some... Again, that's only missiles, though. They give us some infantry because there's the anti-air infantry, but that's not really ideal. The artillery company may be able to help. Let's see what they consist of. All rocket-based, huh? All right, well, that's not going to really help either. So, yeah, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. These guys, I think I'm going to R&R because they've been beat up. I would like to actually refit this one unit eventually because they only have 10 units left, but we don't have the points for that right now. So we're just going to R&R them to give them back their cohesion. And do the same thing here. And that's going to be that. Let's go ahead and end the turn. See what the enemy's going to do. So they're going to redeploy their planes. Ooh, interesting. So they're fighting me. Oh, I forgot to put my planes in here. So they put a bunch of their planes in this fight. So they've got the ground attackers, which are going to be the thing that's going to be dangerous to me. This is where maybe I should have gotten the anti-air unit to come in with me. With that being said, I do have some anti-air capability with these guys here. It's only 2 units, but if we focus that up, we may be able to take these guys out. How many of them are there? There's 8. That's going to be tough. We'll have to see. All right, let's go ahead and launch the battle. See what happens here. But this may have been a foolhardy decision. Send in the tanks by themselves. At the same time, though, we know where the air coverage of my opponent is going to be now. Okay, we have to work with this guy because that's the only logistics command vehicle we have. All right, so as I said, we don't want to clump our guys together too much. We'll put 1 anti-air unit. I mean, we don't want the anti-air unit to just easily get killed. That's like one consideration that we need to have. So let's put 1 there. And then we'll put the other one somewhere our tanks are going to be. So let's say there. And then what I'm going to do is the only other thing that we have is tanks. So I think we're going to go... We really don't want to get caught out, so I'm going to put 2 tanks here. I'm going to put 2 tanks here. The infantry shouldn't really be able to deal with me too much. It's mostly just the enemy air power we're going to have to worry about. So what I'm doing is I'm spreading out my tanks. So we do have a couple together, but I'm spreading them out in a way that just 1 cluster bomb's not going to kill all of them in one fell swoop. And I am trying to put my anti-air in a position where maybe we can help out. And then we'll put a couple tanks in here in defensive position. So if they do kind of overrun the situation, we'll have something there. And then we should maybe get aggressive with some deployment as well. So we've got some cover here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 more tanks. And we're going to have them go up in this cover. And I'll probably grab that cover as well. So we'll go up into there. And honestly, I may want to be aggressive early because they may not be able to get all those planes that they want to use against me. So in that regard, I'm going to set up these defensive things where we're going to have some tanks go here, some tanks go there, and whatever. But I am also going to try and attack here as well. I'm trying to think where would be the best place to attack. We want to attack where there's going to be open fields. So I think we're going to go across the bridge and come in here with a group. So again, just so that we don't have too many tanks being killed by 1 cluster bomb, I'm going to not deploy them in full platoons. Okay, so we're going to have 1 roughly platoon go this way. And we should try and pressure them to a certain extent. So I'm going to put 2 more tanks along this route. So we're going to have 6 total tanks going this way. And then we'll put a... Okay, we can't go over the mountain there, I'm guessing. But I will put a roughly platoon to... Maybe we'll go along this road and try and go in here and see if we can knock out anything that might be over there. So I'm going to try about a platoon's worth here. I mean, honestly, I think we should just try and overwhelm them with numbers. That's something that we can very well do. Okay, so we've got these 6 tanks that I think we're going to send along this road. And again, try and attack. And then we'll do a similar thing along this road, and we'll attack this deployment zone over here if we can by going through this way. And I may be able to take out their ability to even deploy the planes if I'm fast with it. Now, we might get a lot of casualties here, but, you know, that's just kind of how things go. Okay, so there's stuff I didn't deploy, but that's okay. We can save that for deployment later. As a matter of fact, I could capture a zone. I don't think I'd be able to hold on to it because of their air power and my limited anti-air. So maybe I should go even more whole hog on how many tanks are going to be sending in here. Maybe we send more for this little drive. So I'm going to have to be quick on my feet with this. I'll save these last 30 points. The tanks I have, they only cost 25. At this point, I don't even actually know how many I have left. Maybe only 2. So we do have cargo trucks and we do have the command vehicles, which we can deploy later, which is probably going to be the game plan. So again, I'm really going after this one, but okay. Let's go bullet time here, because I'm going to have a lot of stuff to tell my tanks to do. So we're going to have the defensive situation going on. So this guy is going to come up. I believe we had him going here. This guy's going to... Oh, no. This guy's going to go here. Maybe I was going to have this guy go up here, perhaps? I mean, I guess this is an okay deployment there, and then we just keep this guy in the woods there. All right, let's go ahead, grab all of these guys, and we're going to start move fast along this road. They didn't keep any, so they can't even deploy planes right now, which is good. It's possible they have infantry-based deployment, but if we're very quick, and we move in, and we go, oh, there they go. We go after specifically these deployment points, they won't be able to deploy their planes. At least that's the idea. So, and then these guys need to be told to move. So again, move fast. And they could deploy in this urban area and cause me a lot of issues. Hopefully they didn't. And we'll move fast over here. They don't have a lot of morale and possibly not very much cohesion. I didn't really check that, but we may be able to just overwhelm them based off of that. I mean, look how many points we have to get. Not very many. So we should just be aggressive here and go after them and try and get those casualties. All right, hold on. Bullet time here. So almost immediately we're being attacked. Unfortunately, they have missiles, so they're going to really be able to open up on me at this point in time. So we're just going to have to take these casualties. This is probably going to hurt a lot. This is going to be all of their ability to fight me, though, more or less. So let's go to very slow. Hopefully, a lot of these missiles are inaccurate, which it appears that they may be. Okay, we're still not in range, but we're getting there. Fortunately, the range appears to be a little bit on the short side for a lot of what I have going on here. But honestly, we may be able to win this one just by taking this zone, so hopefully that will work out. Okay, unfortunately, we just lost sight of them. Okay, they're firing artillery at me, which they're going to find fairly soon that that's a bad idea because I'm going to be moving too fast for them. Okay, we should have attack going on here soon. Not sure who we're shooting at. We should probably stop with our units just so that we can get more accurate shots because our stabilizers are limited. Stop. Stop. Okay, I don't like this, though. I'm going to move up a little bit. Let's spread our guys out so they're not going to get strafed by stuff. Same thing here. I'm going to move a little bit so this artillery just can't open up on us like this. Let's start moving these guys. Kind of spread them out a little bit. Again, so we just can't get strafed by one run. We need to back these guys off because they may be overwhelmed by the infantry at close range. I mean, we're doing good casualties here. At least I think so. Go ahead and tell them to stop now. Keep having these guys move so they get into this cover. Tell these guys to stop. Tell these guys to keep moving. Let's go after these guys. Oh, here come the first airstrike. I may be able to move out of it, but it looks like it's a little late. We lost one there. That's going to be kind of the trick with this engagement. We have to get in here and we have to do a lot of casualties early before that air power becomes really a problem. Now, it might be a wise idea to move the anti-air up a bit, and I think I'm going to do that just so that kind of stuff doesn't happen again. And okay, so far so good. Let's continue to move here. It looks like we have gotten through this initial wave. So this guy's just going to go that, we'll go there, and you are going to continue to go this way. So our main attack group managed to get through. It's just this one guy over here took some casualties. And again, that's why I separated my tanks like I did, because I knew that a strike like that was going to happen, and there we only took one tank casualty rather than possibly losing a whole platoon in one go. So that's not too bad. Okay, let's continue here. I feel like this point total is not really changing. Unless I'm getting confused, and they only need 658 points to beat me, and if that's the case, then we might be in a lot of trouble here. Let's go ahead and tell these guys to stop, so they get more accurate shooting. Stop. 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 Okay. I feel like these guys are a little maybe too close to each other. Yeah, okay, so I read that wrong. This is what they need to beat me, so I don't have that much morale. Still doesn't really matter because we are devastating them. I do have to keep an eye on this part of the map, though, just to make sure we don't get caught. But at the moment, the main fighting is happening here. They haven't done another airstrike, so it's possible they only have one plane and he's still rearming, refueling, and all that stuff. Okay, let's switch here. Have this guy go after that. I'm gonna have this guy start moving up the road. Have you start attacking that. Our anti-air is trying to run away. Alright, let's push up this road. I think we might want to go a couple different ways just so that we don't get caught. Now, I don't know if we're going to run into any problems with ammo or anything. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's start moving here. Okay, they're starting to hit me with artillery. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Okay, this attack is still going just fine, as there is no units in here, which I guess I'm not too surprised about. Alright, they're moving their command vehicle, so I must be getting close to them. Okay, move that way. You should go to move fast so you're actually moving along the road. We'll send this guy that way as well. And again, move fast so we go along the road. Move fast so we go along the road. And you need to move up as well. So move fast. And move fast. Oh, got somebody there. Let's tell him to stop. Start attacking. Let's tell this guy to stop and start attacking. Okay, we got him. Okay, again, move fast. Move to the bridge. Move fast. Move to there. Move fast. Let's go along this bridge. Okay, we've got a unit here trying to run away from us. That could be the command vehicle. We'll catch him here with these guys in a second. Oh, that's artillery. So that'd still be good to catch. Okay, let's continue to move along here. I have a feeling these tanks are going to be the ones that catch them. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we got artillery opening up on us. Okay. Thankfully, we are moving pretty fast here. Here comes our airstrike. We need to move. We need to move now. Shoot, we got our guys too grouped up. They're gonna probably eat some bombs here. Oh, actually, I may have walked right into the bombs. They were actually off target. Well, not really. But again, we only lost one guy, which isn't too bad. Okay. How are our tanks doing? So far, so good. Let's have them go across the bridge here. Continue to move if we can. We need to split these guys up a little bit more, though, so we don't eat more bombs. All right, we didn't manage to capture the command vehicle just yet, but hopefully we can continue to knock out units here. Tell them to move fast so they continue to go along the road, of course. Oh, we got some more artillery. Okay, we got a recon vehicle here. These guys are kind of getting too close together, so we're going to need to split them up. Okay. Let's move fast here. Move fast. And this guy I'll take this way. Okay. Continuing to knock out some recon vehicles. Have these guys move. We may run out of fuel too. I have to keep an eye on that. Oh, let's go to bullet time because these guys have stopped. Tell them to move fast and head over this way. Again, I have to keep an eye on them because they are all bunched together. But this attack has been going so well, I've been focusing on it quite a bit. Have this guy go across this bridge, this guy go across this bridge, and this guy go across this bridge. We still haven't tracked down their command vehicles just yet. But if we can get in here, we can stop them from... As a matter of fact, let's set move fast so that we're staying along that road. But we may be able to stop those planes from attacking me if I'm quick enough. Alright, well, we only need 600 more points and we'll win this one. We could call more tanks in here, but at this point, I think we're going to get this one. We have more or less eliminated all their anti-tank weapons in the early stage. Okay, I don't know where we're attacking here, but we'll continue to attack it. It's giving me 30 points. Could be some type of infantry. We are running out of ammo with this guy. Okay. Vehicle done. Okay, let's continue to move with this guy so we don't have guys clumped up or anything. Okay, let's tell these guys to stop so that we don't have two guys going in the same area. Tell these guys to move fast. Continue to attack here. Oh. Let's slow down here. So we are encountering enemy. I need to start splitting these guys up so that they are not all together. They might still be kind of clumped up, but anything we can do to mitigate the airstrike, because I'm not paying attention to them right now. Okay, let's go ahead and move fast. And we'll start going along this road here with these guys. And then this guy will move fast and go up this way so that we kind of take that area. Okay, you need to continue to move fast here. You need to continue to move fast up there. And you need to continue to move fast to there. All right. Now, at this point, we're getting so close that they may not even be able to airstrike me easily anyway. They're going to have to circle around and what have you, so... Okay, we got some infantry out in the open. Okay, we got an engagement here. Tell these guys to stop. Tell these guys to stop. These guys don't have sight until now, so tell them to stop. Actually, let's bring them out over here, so a little bit more out in the open. Okay. You guys are still moving. Let's have them continue to move. As a matter of fact, I can tell this guy to move fast. Tell this guy to move fast. Oh, got something going on. Okay. Attack this guy. Okay, these guys are still moving, so they don't have their control here anymore. Okay, let's move like that. Let's move you over here. Move you. You're the one moving fast. You move that way. You move that way. Kind of separate you a little bit. Okay, continue to move here. All right, they don't have very many points left. We haven't been able to find... Oh, there we go. There's one of their command vehicles. That might be all they've got over here. They can't send in their airstrike, so I'm going to have redirect one of the tank groups over this way. Okay, we got somebody coming. Go ahead and tell this guy to stop so it'd be more accurate. Okay, that was 100 points, so that must have been something valuable. Okay, we've got our guys a little bit more split up now. Let's have this guy cross over. Let's have this guy go here. Let's have this guy go here. You need to tell this guy to move fast here. You move fast up here. Okay, looks like... Ooh, and we got some enemy. Attack. Oh, there were supply trucks. Well, that actually helps me. Need some supply. You guys... here. Okay, we got an enemy. Tell them to stop so they don't eat anti-tank, although they probably will because they're a little close. These guys to go there. These guys to stop, to help out. These guys can keep moving. Ah, see, that's what I was afraid of. We just ate some anti-tank weapons. Okay. Oh, we're eating anti-tank weapons, so we need to figure out where that's coming from. It's probably infantry dug down in the urban area, so that means we need to back off. We need to have this guy come in. Okay, we see him now. We can attack them at range. Okay, good. And these guys are going to continue to circle this way. Circle that way. Let's have these guys move fast over here. These guys are going to move fast, be here. These guys are going to kind of stick where they are. Okay. So we are trying to resupply the tanks here. These guys in particular have had really hard fighting. I don't think we're going to see much more over here. Mostly it just... Yeah, okay, that was probably their last command vehicle anyway. So there we go. So we had to be methodical here, but I did manage to destroy every one of their units. That's fantastic. Probably took out all of their command vehicles. Well, no, it looks like they did have some left over. But it was enough to destroy some of them, probably because that may have been their command vehicles. Or I'm not exactly sure. Maybe we just did enough damage, did enough morale damage. We only lost 75 points. That's 3 tanks. That's really not bad, considering how many casualties we inflicted. And we're going to get some morale here, which is going to up the capability of this unit quite a bit. So I'm pretty happy with the results here. And that air power, although they did have dominant air power there, didn't really play a part. And that doesn't mean for my turn, all they have is this anti-ship unit here. Now, it can be used for the purposes of anti-air, but that may mean that I can use my one guy here to give us some napalm attack without having to worry about this guy too much. But in any case, this is a good point to go ahead and wrap up, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Most Gunner, signing out.